Welcome, dear listener. Tonight, we will take a slow and peaceful walk through the gentle rhythms of Hobbit life. Far from grand battles and distant kings, this is a story of soft mornings, well-tended gardens, simple meals, and quiet evenings by the hearth. Imagine yourself in the rolling green hills of the Shire, where life moves at a pace that invites you to rest and breathe deeply. Let us begin. You awaken to the faint sound of birds singing beyond your round window. The morning sun spills gently across the wooden beams of your small, cozy hobbit hole. The air is cool, touched with the scent of damp grass and freshly turned soil. You stretch and rise slowly, with no need to hurry. It's time. In the Shire, breakfast is never rushed. You prepare warm bread, butter, and sweet strawberry jam. You sip tea, the steam rising slowly in the morning light. Outside, the path to your garden waits. You can hear the soft murmur of other hobbits beginning their day, the clink of tools, the distant laughter of children. Your hands are soon in the soil, carefully tending rows of potatoes and herbs. Up. The earth is soft and familiar beneath your fingers. Up. The work is steady, unhurried, and brings a quiet satisfaction. You pause to admire the neat rows, the green leaves trembling slightly in the breeze. Second breakfast calls you inside. Fresh mushrooms, slices of cheese, perhaps a little pie left over from the day before. Meals in the Shire are small celebrations, comfortable moments where life is savored, bite by bite. The afternoon unfolds with simple errands. A visit to the market, exchanging polite words with familiar faces, inspecting the ripe tomatoes, the crusty loaves, the new spools of thread. Time passes gently, like the stream that winds through Hobbiton. Later, you might stroll along the dirt paths lined with ancient trees, their branches offering soft shade. The sunlight dapples the ground, and you walk with no particular destination, simply enjoying the warmth of the day. The river glimmers nearby, and sometimes you pause to watch the soft ripples travel lazily downstream. There are pauses for tea, time for a quiet smoke with neighbors, and the small, unnoticed moments that form the comforting rhythm of Hobbit life. You might spend some time reading a favorite old book by the window, or listening to the far-off sound of a distant bell marking the evening hour. Dinner is hearty, but unpretentious roasted vegetables, a stew, perhaps an apple tart to finish. The day closes with quiet conversation, a pipe, and the soft crackling of the fire. You sit back, feeling the simple weight of a day well spent. Outside, the sky turns a deep, comforting blue. Stars appear slowly, gently, as the Shire settles into sleep. Kay, and you, too, can rest now, carried by the steady, peaceful rhythms of Hobbit life. Samwise Gamgee's life began much like any other Hobbit's. His days were spent tending the garden at Bag End, his heart filled with simple joys and steadfast loyalty. He knew the weight of the soil in his hands, the warmth of the sun on his back, and the comfort of the Shire's familiar paths. But Sam's journey took him far beyond the green hills of home. He walked dusty roads and dark places, always longing for his return to the soft earth of his garden. His courage, though quiet, was steady. His heart, though humble, was unbreakable. From carrying Frodo through the desolate lands of Mordor to bravely facing creatures he had only heard about in bedtime tales, Sam moved forward step by step, driven by love and friendship. He endured hunger, exhaustion, and the creeping fear of the unknown, always dreaming of the Shire's gardens, of steaming pots and warm bread. When Sam returned home, his life settled back into its gentle rhythm. He married Rosie Cotton, tended the gardens of Bag End, and raised a family with kindness and quiet wisdom. In time, Sam became the mayor of Hobbiton, guiding his fellow hobbits with patience and a steady hand. Even as stories of great battles faded, Sam's story remained a testament to the gentle strength of ordinary hearts. His days closed in familiar comfort, his feet in the soft grass, his eyes on the slow rise of the moon over the hills. Beyond the familiar lanes of Hobbiton, Quiet ruins lie hidden among tangled woods and overgrown meadows. In the north farthing, long-forgotten Hobbit villages rest in silence. Their stone walls softened by moss, their old pathways lost beneath wildflowers and grasses. These places speak of an earlier time when hobbits were more nomadic, traveling westward in search of safer lands. Faint traces of their presence linger along crumbled wall, the gentle rise of an abandoned burrow, perhaps a garden gone to seed. Local songs sometimes mention these forgotten homes, their names whispered like distant memories. It is said that on certain quiet mornings, when mist clings to the fields, you might still hear the faint sound of footsteps on old stone paths. Villagers speak of finding small relics, a cracked teacup buried beneath the soil, a rusted gardening spade resting quietly among roots. These simple objects are gentle reminders of those who lived quietly, laughed softly, and tended to their small corners of the world. Hobbits rarely venture to these places, preferring the warmth of the present. But some curious travelers still walk these silent paths, listening to the wind in the tall grass, feeling the weight of time settle gently over the stones. Once a week, the quiet lanes of Hobbiton grow a little busier. Market day arrives with the first light, when vendors set up their stalls beneath wide, striped canopies. The gentle hum of conversation begins early, a familiar sound woven into the fabric of Hobbit life. You might begin the morning by strolling through the soft, dew-covered grass toward the village green. The path is lined with hedges in full bloom, their subtle fragrances drifting through the air. At the market, the tables are carefully arranged. Piles of golden apples, baskets brimming with fresh mushrooms, pots of fragrant honey, and bundles of bright flowers. Local bakers present crusty loaves and delicate pastries dusted with sugar. The cheesemonger cuts generous samples from great wheels of cheese, and the brewer offers small wooden cups of sweet, dark ale. The rhythm is slow. Hobbits pause to admire the ripeness of a tomato, to gently weigh a bag of flour, or to exchange quiet greetings and catch up on the week's small news. There's no rush here, no urgency. It is a place for wandering, tasting, and savoring the quiet company of familiar faces. Small children chase each other between the stalls, their laughter rising like soft chimes above the steady murmur of the market. Gardeners trade seeds and tips, bakers swap stories of rising dough and golden crusts. You might stop for a simple lunch of warm meat pie or a slice of berry tart, enjoyed while sitting on a low stone wall, watching the gentle bustle around you. The breeze carries the scent of fresh herbs and baked bread. You sip tea, savoring each slow moment. As the afternoon stretches on, the market begins to thin. Stalls are carefully packed away, leftover goods wrapped in cloth, quiet goodbyes exchanged. The soft clink of coins, the rustle of baskets, the gradual return to stillness. Walking home, the path is peaceful again, the fields wide and open beneath the lowering sun. Your basket is full, but your heart is lighter. The steady, gentle pace of Hobbit life carries you through each step, through each soft breath, toward evening and rest. In the evenings, many hobbits gather at the Green Dragon Inn, a place where the day's quiet labors give way to soft conversation and slow sips of ale. The wooden tables are worn smooth from years of use, and the fire crackles warmly in the hearth. There is comfort in the rituals here. Seats are chosen with care, Drinks are served with familiar smiles. Stories unfold slowly, wandering through simple tales of gardens, weather, and the occasional well-remembered adventure. Old friends greet each other with nods and quiet words. The scent of freshly baked seed cakes drifts from the kitchen. Candles flicker gently, casting soft pools of light across the tables. Pipes are lit, the sweet, earthy smell of pipeweed curling lazily through the air. As the evening stretches on, songs sometimes rise, unhurried and soft, their verses traveling like a gentle stream across the room. familiar ballads about the Brandywine River, tales of wandering tooks, or humorous stories of missing vegetables. The clink of mugs, the creak of chairs, the low hum of voices blend into a soothing rhythm. The evening drifts toward night, and hobbits linger, savoring each small moment. Some sit in companionable silence. Others quietly share stories of their day. As the stars rise over the Shire, the inn grows quieter. Candles flicker lower. The soft shuffle of feet and the final closing of the inn door mark the gentle end of the day. And you, too, may find yourself ready to rest, carried by the steady, peaceful rhythms of hobbit life. In quiet workshops tucked away behind garden paths, some hobbits spend their days shaping the soft clay of the Shire into simple, beautiful pottery. The work begins early, as the morning sun warms the walls of the small studio and the wheel is set to spin. The hands of the potter move steadily, guiding the clay with practiced ease. The wheel turns slowly, the shape rising gradually beneath gentle pressure. Cups, bowls, small teapots, all carefully formed, all destined for the tables and shelves of nearby homes. There is no hurry here. Each piece is smoothed with quiet patience, left to dry in the warm air, and carefully painted with soft, earthy colors. Delicate leaves, curling vines, and the occasional tiny mushroom are brushed into place, a touch of whimsy in every design. The kiln is lit and tended with care, the heat rising steadily as the pottery bakes and hardens. The process takes time, each stage inviting careful attention and soft, steady breathing. When the work is finished, the shelves of the workshop gleam with simple beauty. Cups await the morning's tea, bowls stand ready to hold fresh berries or warm stew, and teapots wait to pour comforting warmth into familiar hands. The rhythm of the potter's day is slow and soothing, a quiet celebration of patience, craftsmanship, the gentle pleasures of everyday life. There are many paths in the Shire, but some of the most peaceful follow the slow curves of the rivers and streams. On a quiet afternoon, you might find yourself walking beside the Brandywine River, the soft grass cool beneath your feet, the sunlight sparkling on the gentle water. The breeze carries the scent of damp reeds and wildflowers. Bees drift lazily from blossom to blossom. The water moves steadily, the soft gurgle of its passage, a comforting, steady sound. Along the banks, you may pause to watch the small boats drifting by, their sails full of the light wind. Fishermen cast lines into the water, their movements unhurried, their quiet patience matching the slow pace of the day. A wooden bench, worn smooth by time, offers a resting place. Sitting quietly, you watch the dragonflies dance above the surface, the occasional ripple marking the path of a fish beneath. The river is a quiet companion, moving ever onward, its gentle sounds encouraging rest, reflection, and slow breathing. The walk continues at an easy pace, the path winding comfortably alongside the steady flow. As the sun lowers toward the horizon, the colors of the river deepen, shifting to soft gold and dusky blue. The water carries your thoughts like small leaves upon its surface, drifting gently away. In the quiet corners of many hobbit homes, you may find a small desk by a window, a place where hobbits sit with a quill and parchment, writing careful, thoughtful letters to friends and family. The art of letter writing in the Shire is cherished. Messages travel slowly by pony or on foot, each envelope carrying a piece of home. The writing itself is a calm, deliberate process. Ink is prepared, the nib of the quill dipped carefully, and each word is chosen with patience. The letters may contain simple news, the ripening of the tomatoes, the arrival of a new litter of kittens, the soft weather that has settled over the fields. There are no urgent matters here, only the sharing of small joys, gentle thoughts, and quiet observations. Sometimes, pressed flowers are tucked inside, their scent lingering faintly as the letter is unfolded. The paper itself carries the faintest trace of home, perhaps, the scent of pipe smoke, or the soft sweetness of nearby baking. These letters are read slowly, often by the fire, and kept safely in small wooden boxes, cherished and reread on quiet evenings. The act of writing, folding, sealing with wax is a small ritual of connection, a soft thread binding distant friends in the gentle tapestry of Hobbit life.